This is definitely not the longest starting soon. I know you're joking. The longest starting soon, I think I was legitimately gone for like 10 minutes. Like I just wasn't here at all. Oop. There you go. I think I legitimately was just gone so fucking long. I have to write an email. Like, unfortunately, streaming kind of cuts right into the time of the day where I need to do all the extra bonus stuff I always talk about. But I'm just asleep or tired, so I never get to actually do it. What a damn shame. Because I've got all this shit planned out, and I wanna figure it out, and I just feel like I'm just gonna be annoyed. But I have to write an email, and it's just annoying. I'm just tired. I know I should do it. I know it won't take that long, but you know, like by the time I actually get free, and I was supposed to raid today and we didn't, I just didn't have the time to do it. So I think what's more interesting is that we are actually 52% completed, barely doing anything extra. I think that's actually really funny. Like, maybe because this game is kind of, you know, small in scope, it's actually not that bad to try to 100%. I think the worst part is just trying to 100% like most things, right? So if I were to look here, what are we missing? Yeah, there's something up here that we don't have in the Northern District, unless liberating it is mandated by something else. Well, we have 5 of the 6 people, so... What happened to all my assassins? Are you kidding me? What are they doing? Oh, did they all get hurt? I think they all got hurt on some stupid mission. Honestly, I think summoning your assassins to help you in this game is like a detriment. I think this is just a really, really bad implementation of a good system. Like, if they show up and they get injured, like, remember, there's no way for me to, like, upgrade them. There's no way for me to, like, you know, do anything that gives them more, like, an edge or something. Like, none of that exists in this game. Like, I can't give them better armor or anything like that. So then what the hell is the point? They're just gonna get hit and pretty much die instantly. So, I don't know. It's kind of stupid. Like, actually playing this game, would the playthrough have been, like, crazy long? Maybe, like... What was it, 66 parts, I think? And I basically marathoned it over the course of like 3 days or something. It probably would have been like 100 parts, and I would have still said the game is kind of ass. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't spur, by the way. Maybe you can only spur when you're in the frontier. It's really just this, like, complete middle of the road. Because I don't think it's as bad as Unity, even with, well, Unity's glitchier. And I don't think it's as boring as Syndicate. But I also just think, like, a lot of it just could be much better. And it's definitely not on par for, like, a lot of the good Assassin's Creeds I like. So, funnily enough, the Assassin's Creeds I think this is the closest to are, like, 1 in Valhalla. I think it has as much story importance as Valhalla. And it has a lot of the same things as 1. Here we go, we found it. I don't know why it wasn't on the map. That's really weird. Let's recruit him. Her. Hoarding provisions. Is this the Benedict Arnold mission? No, this is liberating the district. I will do the Benedict Arnold missions.
Who's responsible?
His tactics are familiar to me.
Is that right? Well, don't know who the man is, but he's...
I will do it. It was on the mini-map.
He's got a fortified...
I think I remember hating it, but what didn't I hate in the original run?
All the seized crops, all the meat, everything is being moved there, then resold at dizzying prices.
How do we get in?
I got some local men ready to get in on the fight.
Okay. Kill the Templar leader. Now everyone's available. Everyone gets healed when you go into a mission. Okay. Well, now we get everybody, basically. So as you can see, now we have all of the characters. Why don't we just send all the low levels out? Who cares? You don't even need them. I like AC3's story. I just think the way that they told it wasn't that good. I feel like if you could have the best story in the world, but if it's not told in a way that feels very gameplay conducive, and, you know, it's not told in a very fluid, natural way, then it kind of ends up hitting less impactfully or isn't as good. Like, Valhalla has a fucking god-tier story. The problem with Valhalla is that the way the story is told is in bursts, and the downtime in between those bursts is just really bad. It's really slow, it's really lackluster, and then all of a sudden you'll have like a franchise redefining moment of lore. And it's really good. But that's the problem, is to get to that... Do I even have to do any of this, bro? The last 3 times I killed a target, I didn't have to do any of this. Try to see if we could just slip in and stab him or some shit. Oh, stunned. I'm stunned. Still stunned. Thank you. Here. Going to get deleted in a cutscene? Oh, well, that's, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, but whatever. What can you do, right? Look, I didn't want them to do it that way. That's what Ubisoft decided, is let's write off the biggest plot point of the last, like, half decade in a fucking comic. Not a single actual Assassin's Creed fan wanted them to do it that way. Not one. Did that stop them? Of course not. Dude almost fell on his own. Hey, look, I didn't have to do any of this. Lure? Why?
Madman?
Not mad. Beguiled by a set of dangerous but attractive ideals.
Is that right? And who exactly are you?
Someone who seeks to relieve men like him of their power.
And after seeing what you can do, I leave it at that. But if you ever need an extra blade, I'll stand by you.
Somehow she's here. You're supposed to be on a mission in Georgia. Anyway. Like, I know I asked for a God of War side-scroller. Yeah, but I feel like God of War as a franchise is kind of over anyway. So, like, if you get that, technically, it's not like they told you there would be a crazy God of War game, and then they didn't give it to you. Like, they never said there would even be another God of War game, I think, at all. Like, it's rumored, but Ragnarok is definitely meant to be a sense of finality for the series, 100%. I really wanted that post-Civil War AC game. I was really disappointed that it came out there in the concept stage. Yeah, I wanted it too. I think that there's a lot that they could say. Now, I would prefer if they didn't just make it all Southerners bad, evil, all Northerners good and awesome, right? Like, there's a lot of gray that they could explore in a game set in the Civil War, but they would have to not be ideologically captured. They would have to actually be willing to, you know, explore different avenues, right? Different everythings, a nation divided at war amongst itself. And, I mean, let's be fair, modern-day Ubisoft in 2020 whatever is not going to do that. I think that they've been very, unfortunately, political with their story for a while. And, like, politics and Assassin's Creed will always go hand in hand. But, you know, There's ways to handle it that are well done and can paint a narrative, and then there's ways that just come across as propaganda. And I think, unfortunately, a Civil War Assassin's Creed might be one of the best storytelling potentials, and they just would rather not touch it, unfortunately, because no matter what, they're going to piss off somebody. They make it too left-wing, they piss off the fucking people that would actually buy it. They make it too right-wing, they're going to make it too fucking, you know, people are going to write articles. They're going to get angry at them. So, unfortunately, they are just kind of stuck in a no-win scenario, and I just feel bad for that. Because this game could have been really fucking well done. Like, the nuance in this game might be some of the best in the series. Are the Templars evil? Yes. But at the same time, especially, you know, tying with Rogue, which didn't exist at the time, the colonists also don't really do Connor any huge favors. He basically hands them a country, and then they immediately backstab him. And I guess it wasn't purposeful backstabbing, but it definitely felt very unfortunate. And it's well done in that aspect. There's a lot they could explore. They won't. Canonically, Abraham Lincoln was a Templar? I don't think so. I think canonically he was an assassin, and then John Wilkes Booth was. But the only people I know that canonically are Templars or assassins is they make Clarence Thomas into a fucking Templar, and then they make, what's his name? They made Obama a fucking assassin. Yeah, they were very on the nose about their writing all those years ago, by the way. Zero fucks given. I'm gonna have to kill all these dudes, which I really don't want to do. And here come dudes spawning in. This is back when you could have dudes spawn out of nowhere like this. You can't really do this in a game today. This is like a GTA thing. Like, no one's even looking for me. There you go, thank you. I think all the major players of World War II were Templars. Yeah, that's also confirmed in the Desmond games. I think it's Brotherhood. I wish they wouldn't make it so obviously down the fucking line. It's really stupid. Can you tell the writers were left-wing when they wrote this? Like, even as a left-winger, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's very on the nose. And that was like a decade ago. Could you imagine them today? They would be, it would just completely ruin the story. I think even Ubisoft won't touch that pile of worms. Think about that. They'll touch everything else besides Beyond Good and Evil 2, but even they won't touch that. They're well aware that they don't want that smoke, so they just won't. But like, you could have all the stuff that made the Connor game good. You know, maybe Connor's past, or he's really old. You know, the game could start early and then be like a new Ezio game. I even think you could probably make the protagonist biracial, and it would be more fitting, I think, than this game, honestly. Even I guess not, but it could work in a lot of ways. It could be a very unique piece of storytelling. The problem is, at the end of the day, it's gamers that buy the game, and if it's not a good story from that angle, it's probably not going to work. And I won't deny the political environment probably just isn't very good for it at the moment. I don't know if it ever will be again. Like, imagine having to tell people to trust us, guys, we've got it this time, and you just released Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like, who's gonna believe you? Who's gonna trust you? Shadows might be one of the worst sequels to any game I've ever seen. And it's not because it's glitchy or buggy necessarily, it's just because it's boring and nothing happens. It's like that new Resident Evil movie that they're showing off. It's like, nothing about that is Resident Evil. It just has Resident Evil on the title, and that's your Resident Evil game, you know? What is like, Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't an Assassin's Creed game at all. But also, I don't know if you were here last time, Blitzenbohr, we found out, at least I found out, most of this has probably been known for years, that a lot of stuff from this game was cut. Like, the Great Fire of New York was cut. That's cut content. Oh, I did not mean to trigger it. Oops. Okay, I caught it doing absolutely nothing, which is really funny. A lot of stuff was cut from this game. Philadelphia was cut, missions were cut, Hatham was cut as a playable character, because having 2 playable characters in an Assassin's Creed game has literally never gone over the 3 or 4 times that they've tried it. And so it's like, you know, so much was cut from this game. Is like, what's the point, you know? I think that's probably the biggest takeaway, is so much got cut from this game and it feels half-baked, because it is. And I think that's the biggest problem, is like, stuff shows up for a mission and then that's it. They never mention it again. They never integrate it. You know, like when you play Ezio and they integrate all this stuff throughout the game. They show you how to work it. They show you how it directly helps you. Like, if you never do any of these assassin side missions, who gives a fuck? And you could tell they're underbaked. They want to introduce all these mechanics and then there's just almost no real reason to use them. There might be like niche cases where it's helpful, but there's like basically no reason to use them effectively. Oop. See, like here, this probably would have been part of a mission. It just got cut. It just doesn't exist in the game. Yeah, like having Connor have to, you know, work out, like, I did all this for what? You know, I'm not a Templar and I never will be, but like, what good was it that I helped all these people? You know, it would really add some color. It would make Achilles seem right in retrospect. Because Achilles might have been horrifically wrong, but he was right about a lot of things. He just wasn't right about what mattered, which ultimately is what people remember him for. Connor not getting, like, at least another game, what the fuck, was definitely a huge L. Oh my god, please get it. Thank you. I mean, like, it doesn't matter if they do DLC if in their story they're just not even addressing, like, half of the things in the game. Like, what does it matter then? Like, I played all of Shadows. I might be one of the few people that played all of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And even I could scarcely tell you what the fuck happened in that game. Like, just being honest. And I played the whole fucking game. What happened in Haiti happened in Portugal? Yeah, I don't know. I think that was one of the coolest moments of Rogue, and that's why I like Rogue. But Rogue is even more cut than this game. You could tell Rogue had no time for development. 7 sequences, of which only 6 are really good. It's like by the time you're done with the tutorial, the game is a third of the way over. Like, you actually have to go do side missions to actually get like a reasonable playtime out of it. And then they sold it for $60, which pretty much cemented the deal. I think 2014 was probably one of the most important years of Assassin's Creed, because they had 2 games that were fucked in different ways. They didn't really have a real Assassin's Creed game that year. Yeah, I saw it. It's right next to the viewpoint. I'll double back. Yeah, the 7th sequence is a tie-in sequence. He's correct. It's not a real sequence. It's like a bonus. So they show it to you, and you're supposed to sit there and wonder, wait, why is Shay with Benjamin Franklin in Paris? It's like a teaser. It's actually a very effective storytelling device. You're wondering, like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is it? That was actually really efficient, and that's why I like Rogue so much, because I had such a fun time playing it. And then, you know... What? That is the harshest one to get. Wow. That was actually really fast, and it was immediately gone. Okay. You know, but you see how the way they did the story in Rogue is actually, like, really interesting? That's the kind of stuff you need to do with the Animus. I think it actually makes it very enjoyable. They have a once-in-a-generation storytelling mechanic that really functions well when they do it correctly. I think that having that flash forward is actually, like, really good. It's really interesting the way that you can, you know, look at some of this and say, like, hey, this is how the characters are doing, this is what they're doing. You don't really get that in a lot of games. How many other games do you get a flash forward that, like, can be explained in the actual universe? Okay. No, not South Carolina. Wait, what the fuck? Uh-oh, I might be in trouble. Just gonna have 3 dudes solo the entirety of it. Well, remember, they didn't make a, what's it called? Oh, well, that wasn't good. They didn't make DMC 2013 canon. Where the fuck is it? I have no idea where it was. I never found it. That's great. They specifically went out of their way to make sure that DMC 2013 was not canon, because I think even prior to launch, they were well aware that it was going to be a controversial decision. And that's the sad part, is I actually really enjoyed the story, or not the story, the gameplay of DMC 2013. The story was terrible, but the gameplay was actually pretty okay. But that's the problem, like, what are people going to remember? They're going to remember when Capcom told them, this is your Dante, and fuck you, we don't care if you like him with white hair. If they just did a couple tweaks, that game would have been just received completely differently. But when you really think about it, that's one of those first games that got hit with so much backlash, the game basically became poison. Like, really think about that. Where is it exactly? What the fuck? Where is it? What? I am very confused. That's really stupid. It looks like they're invisible on my screen, which doesn't even make any sense. Well, that's the thing. They know that if they don't call it Devil May Cry, people won't care. That's why they have to call it Devil May Cry. If they don't do that, who gives a shit? What? I tried to tackle him. Thank you. That's how it works. You have to call it something that people will give a shit about. How is Narg not here? I don't know. Maybe he's busy. That's okay. There's no way we could do this with, like, level zeros, man. Look at this. We're gonna have to redo old missions to help them level up. I wonder what's the highest mission we could have them do to level up. Oh no, it's complete. We can't have them level up. Can we repeat this? I guess you have to complete the last mission over and over again. Dude, it's fucking over. I literally can't. Oh no, you know what it is? They add bonus missions to each colony. Yeah, what am I supposed to do with these lower level assassins? Like, can I even send them on any missions? Like, am I cooked? I think I'm fucked. I think I'm gonna have to actually use them in combat. Like, normally. Because I can't send anyone else. There he is. We're actually gonna have to use them in combat, which is really stupid. And they're gonna get... At least they can't die, but whatever. Alright. Might as well teleport, I guess. That's why I like the storytelling of this series so much, because you get so many unique characters and so many unique ways to tell their stories. So, like, when they make them the most boring possible characters, it's like a punch in the face. That's why I couldn't even beat Shadows, because it's just boring. Like, you know how Alien Colonial Marines is, like, historically looked at as a terrible game? At least it was kind of funny, and it didn't last that long. I played that on the channel way back when. At least it was kind of funny. It was kind of quick. It was over real fast. Right? I think I beat that in like a day or something. Oh my god. That's why I didn't even know if I was gonna buy Black Flag when it came out. I was like, am I really gonna buy another Assassin's Creed game after playing this? And I thought this was not that good. Turns out being one of the best games. That's why they're re-releasing it. And the rumors that they're gonna re-release Assassin's Creed 1 next, or remake it, which I think would be fine. I think that Assassin's Creed 1 should have Bloodlines baked in, since that's also canon. So, like, I'm not against any of that at all. But I also would like them to make new games. I think they need to legitimately, like, either decanonize Shadows, or they just need to make a brand new, like, area that people have been asking for. Because people asked for Japan for the fucking longest, and then they got it, and it was bad. It just feels like half the time that game was like an answer to Ghost of Tsushima, and Ghost of Tsushima ends up being better Assassin's Creed than Assassin's Creed, so... But yeah, I appreciate it. It's nice to talk with people about Assassin's Creed. I appreciate it, Blitzenbor, if you're still around. That is... You know, I think a lot of people are probably in agreement, even if they don't really vocalize it or if they care anymore. It's really just the wasted potential. It's like, here's a Resident Evil movie. Okay, it has nothing to do with Resident Evil. Wow, well, what do you mean? Well, it's not made for the fans. Like, are we going to run the same gauntlet 1,000 times where we yell about how it's not for the fans and it's my original take? It's like, well, dude, like, why even fucking call it Resident Evil? Like, why would you ask to work? Why would you get assigned to a Resident Evil movie and the first thing you're going to do is not do your homework, not do anything about the series, you're just going to fucking make your own thing? Well, then what's the point? Like, why even bother? Like, why even as a publisher, like, if you're a publisher, why would you immediately be like, okay, well, let's make a Resident Evil movie. Let's get some guy who doesn't care about it to make it. Okay, let's make sure we have none of the lore. Like, is Capcom's live action department just completely divorced from the actual, you know, storytelling department? Because this isn't the first time. This isn't the second time. This wouldn't even be like the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth time. This is like some, like, almost like a fucking tradition at this point. Have to have another game to replace what they erased? I mean, yeah, but like, we just don't have to do it. Like, it never works out. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. The amount of times that a movie has come out and basically shit on the original lore or whatever has just never worked out. Then that's not an adaptation, that's a reimagining, and they need to stop saying it's an adaptation. It's not what people really mean when they say an adaptation. Yes, they adapted it for screen, but they didn't really. It might as well have just been a completely different franchise. Oh, I did not know that was too far. I got it? Okay. Like, that's the first thing I think of, is if they put, you know, some dude in charge of, I don't know, right? Like, if I had to write, like, a movie about something I don't care about, you think the first thing I'm going to think is like, well, let me immediately take it and then make sure I do nothing about it and I completely rewrite it to be whatever I want? Like, that's stupid. You would call that narcissistic. You would be like, that dude's an egomaniac. Like, that's not at all. Like, imagine it was some anime series. Like, if I had to make a movie based off Senran Kagura, like, and the first thing I do is make it about big, brawly dudes having, like, a Fist of the North Star style beatdown on each other, like, people like Narg and Haruna are gonna bust into my house and beat me up. Why would I do that? The whole appeal of it is anime girls doing anime things. If I was fundamentally opposed to them doing, like, weird, you know, like, like, you know, anime girl bullshit, then I just simply wouldn't be a part of the project. I'd be like, okay, whatever. Why would I intentionally get put on a project that I absolutely just am going to shit on? Like, does that make any sense? Yeah, I'm not doing all this. Raising any of these dudes is just a waste of time. Like, I don't even know what I could possibly do, bro. You can't replay earlier missions, I don't think. There you go. This one we can. Right, but it wouldn't be Senran Kagura. That's the problem. It would be Bootleg Fist of the North Star. It would be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So calling it Senran Kagura... There's a great meme about this, by the way, actually. Can I find it? Where's Firefox? Where's the meme? I'm gonna get a movie I don't care about. Here we go. I found it. On r/Star Trek, no less. Okay? Are you ready? Here, I'll pull it up on the screen. I have to resize the window, as always, of course. Here. This is what it's like. Ready? Hey, I like this game. I wish they made more of it. Oh, we're going to make your favorite movie. Blue the movie. All right, you go sit down, you get your popcorn, right? The big day's here, and then this is Blue the movie. And you're just like, what the hell? Yeah, and then they and then they tell you, oh, it's finally red, and this is why it's good. This is like a VIF post. I am literally just posting something from Star Trek. So for VIF, this is what it's like. And then they write it out, and then you're in the movie like, what the fuck am I watching? That rank? What the fuck? What rank? This is the same shit, bro. And then they tell you, oh, well, you just didn't understand the intricacies of this thing you've been a fan of longer than they've even known it exists. And then they yell at you and tell you you don't get it. This is what it's like being a Resident Evil fan and expecting a decent live action. Like, how hard is it to make a 2.5-hour movie about dudes inside of a mansion that wants to kill them? Like, is it really so hard? The original Resident Evil is meant to be like a parody on action movies of the time. It's too difficult. I cannot get up there, by the way. Thank you. Alright, do you see this page? Why is this page, like, invisible? Do you see it? I don't fucking see it. Dude, is this page invisible? Where is it? I don't... It was invisible. I never saw it. There was no animation for picking it up. It was just flat out invisible. That's fantastic. Okay. Rank, like... Oh, yeah. Like, dude, like, come on, man. You go see a movie, oh, it's nothing like the thing you actually wanted to see. It just feels like a debate so some dude can have a personal project taking someone else's work. It's like Adi Shankar working on Devil May Cry and telling you that Mundus is a misunderstood villain. Imagine if you played a Wolfenstein game and BJ Blazkowicz is like, you know, maybe that guy Hitler is actually like a pretty good dude. Maybe we just don't understand him. Imagine hearing that in a fucking Wolfenstein game. You'd lose your goddamn mind. You'd be like, wow, this is the worst Wolfenstein game I think I've ever played. Worse than 2009. Imagine you played a Zelda game and Link is like, man, this guy Ganondorf really knows his shit, huh? You'd be like, wow, that's the worst fucking Zelda game I think I've ever played. You would think it's awful. You would be like, no one would accept it. It would be fucking rejected intrinsically. But for some reason it can be done for, you know, any generic slop that you wanna enjoy. It could just be done for that. You could just say, you just don't... For movies, whatever. Anime adaptations, whatever. And at some point you think they would stop doing it because it just gets unpopular. You get like half or more of the fan base saying, no, this is awful. No. Only with video games, and I guess maybe healthcare, could you intentionally fuck people over on this level when it's such a consumer-based thing, but this is discretionary. Like, they don't even have to do this. What the fuck? I jumped. gonna get away. Okay, thank you. There's another one right here. And it's always someone that's like, oh, fuck what the fans want. Like, when does that ever go over well? Anything else, people will give you a lecture about why saying changing this thing was bad. But for some reason, when it's adaptations, a lot of people are just like, oh, well, it's their artistic interpretation. Like, I think this movie's going to be bad. I've seen this happen enough. By the way, some of these almanac pages are just legitimately invisible. I've seen it happen enough. Do I need to wait 6 months? It would be actually more rare that I'm wrong about this and the movie is good. So, who knows? Actually, no. Fuck that. I know. I've seen this happen enough. Every Resident Evil live-action adaptation becomes a fucking joke at the end of it. Even the Wes Anderson movies, which nowadays I think people are maybe a little bit more lenient towards. If you remember, at the end of the Wes Anderson movies... Nice. Comically glitchy Assassin's Creed game. Can't even climb up that. Very good. Even the Wes Anderson movies at the end were fucking stupid. Like, Wesker is like some... It looks like a YouTube movie, actually. It looks like something that they would have had like Channel Awesome or Nostalgia Critic or something. Like, imagine watching that and it's just like some dude's first filmmaker project back in like 2010, and then they upload it to YouTube and then they get like 20,000 subs, and then they just start doing video game reviews and they get like another 20,000 subs, and next thing you know it, they're like a big voice in the video game community. That's effectively what 90% of that was. It just ends up being silly. Well, I mean, the Sony thing does make sense as we looked it up. It makes a little bit more sense when you understand they're doing it to get around people just buying a game, putting it on an offline console, and then not explaining that's what they're doing, and then they refund it and they get all their money back. That makes sense. They should have explained that instead of just being quiet about it. I don't know what they thought they were going to accomplish by just not being honest. Like, they should have just said, like, hey, people are doing this and that's wrong, and we need to get money from these games. Like, we can't run a service if people refund everything for free. Like, this isn't a library where you just rent shit and then you get nothing back from it. That makes 20 times more sense than whatever they did. But that would have required them being open and honest and explaining that, instead of turning around and not explaining it. Like, I don't know why they didn't just say, hey, this is wrong and we don't want to do that, and you shouldn't be allowed to take money out of our pocket. By refunding it, and it's on an offline console, you could still play it. Like, does it suck? Yeah, but would I at least understand why they did it? Yes, and I think that would be understandable. Would I agree with it? Probably not. But I could at least understand it more than like, oh, well, we have to do it this way. Like, they picked the worst possible optics in order to try to address this problem. I'm not sure how Nintendo's DRM works. I actually don't know. Maybe it's just as bad. Why the fuck did he jump off like that? That was really stupid. Dude! Oh my god, we're gonna lose this page again. Ha! Amazing. Thank you. I don't even know how all these dudes got alerted. Like, think about that. How are they all alerted? I killed 2 people on a rooftop. What's he even doing? What the fuck? He falcon kicks him. What? Okay. They must do some crazy shit when they're off camera, man. Like, look at this guy. Where is he? I'm outside the circle. No one can see me. Oh my god, he's the most determined fucker ever! You can't disarm him? Are you serious? And then he drops his weapon anyway. Okay. I've never looked into the Artemis Fowl movie. Yeah, I used to be a big fan of Artemis Fowl as well. Now, in fairness, I haven't read an Artemis Fowl in, you know, however many years, right? Just to be completely honest and transparent, I haven't read an Artemis Fowl book since I was a kid. I remember liking it, obviously. $75. Are they gonna get hurt if I do this? Whatever, man. They actually capitalize on almost all their IPs. I don't know about that one, Chief. When was the last F-Zero? I guess almost all. It depends what you describe as almost all. If you mean their more popular IPs, probably not. If you mean some of their other IPs, like, I guess. It's actually a waste to send all three of them, but I guess we need her to get the experience anyway. What about F-Zero, Star Fox, Earthbound? There's plenty of IPs that they do not touch except to put in Smash, so that's not totally true. That's what I'm saying. Like, you named all the ones that they kind of touch, and let's be fair, how often do they even make a Metroid game? That's actually, like, rare. They don't make a lot of Metroid games. That's, like, a recent thing. There was a time period where there were almost no Metroid games whatsoever. I think we're going to have to leave the city and teleport, because some of these pages have not come back. Isn't that nice? In fact, let's teleport to this. Well, Clash of Ninja is a Naruto game, so they can't touch it unless, you know, Naruto, namely, like, what, Toei? Unless Toei says they can and Kishimoto agrees, they can't make another Clash of Ninja game. That's not up to them. They published it. That's not what I wanted, and now it's going to be gone. Isn't that great? Amazing. Well, I think we have to fast travel out, because none of these pages are respawning, so we have to literally leave the city probably, and then we'll make them respawn by doing this, I guess. I don't know. Is there even a market for them? Well, considering Fox is in the latest Mario Galaxy movie, yeah, there is a market. They don't touch it. That doesn't mean that they wouldn't sell. People have been asking for F-Zero for like 20 years. So there is a market, they just continuously refuse to do anything with it. You can't tell me that if they made an F-Zero game and they properly advertised it and they didn't just shadow drop it, that it wouldn't be one of the best-selling games of the year. Now, granted, they could always just drop a new Zelda game and completely blow it out the fucking water. But they could, and I also agree with Warlord. I think part of the problem is that they've shoehorned themselves in with a really bad story with Star Fox. And there's not really much that they could do about it. Who would risk a big name IP? They're not going to flop with an F-Zero game. This is like saying Valve would flop with a Half-Life game. Hype alone would prevent it from being a failure. Now, if they want to sink $1 billion into it, yeah, they probably won't get a return on investment. It's like Metroid Prime 4 probably didn't return on investment because they took 10 years to make a subpar Metroid game. And it still sold reasonably well. It just won't make a return on investment because they had to restart development because they fucked the game up. You know? Does that mean Metroid games are not profitable? No, they just did something stupid that they shouldn't have done. No one told them to do F-Zero or to do Metroid like that, in the same way no one told them to never, ever, 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 ever make another F-Zero game. If Half-Life 2 Episode 3, or just flat out Half-Life 3 came out, any year prior to COVID, it would have been one of the top games of the year. Now, it could still come out and be profitable, just because of the hype alone. But Valve will never need to do it because they'll never be in a position where they need to make a video game ever again. Like Counter-Strike they do because it's a cultural thing, and because it makes tournament scenes and it makes money. Like Episode 3 would come out, and it could be a perfect tie-in, but like most of the people that made it are long gone. They've retired. You know, they could make a Left 4 Dead 3, and it would sell. It would be one of the top games on Steam. This isn't like some random IP that no one cared about even when it was new and fresh. These are like top IPs that would be well received if they had a sequel. It would be the talk of the town. It would revitalize an entire sector of YouTube. You know? I mean, the Metroidvania games we get are good. Like, no one would tell you that Dread is a bad game. Do we have all these, by the way? While I'm rambling. No one would tell you that Metroid Dread's a bad game. What, we're missing a chest? Oh, you know what it is? It's probably in the underground, maybe. Either that or it gets added later. What a stupid bullshit. We're missing exactly one trinket on the frontier. And then I think that's the last peg leg trinket. East New York items, Central Boston. I mean, allegedly where you could buy them, so maybe we try this. Oh, sorry, this. Where's the nearest store? It's right below me. You cannot tell me that if they made Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 today, it wouldn't be one of the top games of the year. And it could come out and be completely average. It's not going to destroy their franchise any more than letting it die and lay dormant for 20 years. Because it really has been that long, by the way, since Episode 2. It's been 20 fucking years. I don't even know where you would buy it. Consumables? Lord, you have to. This menu system is truly unique. The New York outfit. Oh, that's okay. Do we even need to buy all the outfits? Maybe we could. It is New York. It is black. It's like a classic New York outfit, basically. You have to find it. Well, they say by buying, crafting, or finding it. So I was thinking we could at least buy a couple of the items. That's what they say on the quest. So is the quest not truthful? Okay. What is this? Collect all the feathers to unlock this? Are you serious? That's the reward for getting all the feathers? Wow, that is really bad. See, now I changed my outfit. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, perfect. I was going to say, I didn't want to change it. I waited a decade and a half for Prime 4 and you couldn't pay me to spit on it? Well, that's the problem, is because they had a bunch of ideas and then they constantly swapped what they wanted to do with the game. If they had stuck to what was a more traditional formula, the game wouldn't be in that position. Because they did not, the game is in this awful position. If they had just made a sprawling open world like they had made twice before with Metroid Prime 1 and 2, it wouldn't be in a bad position. Imagine a Metroid game coming out, I give it one playthrough and never want to play it again. I have no desire to play Metroid Prime 4 again. I'm actively thinking about playing Metroid Prime 1 again for the channel. As Narg said, I'll do it on my birthday for the birthday marathon. But why would I play Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 2? Sorry, Prime 4 again? There's just no point. Like, why would I do that? And intentionally, like, blue-balling annoying experience. Like, I'll even play Pikmin 4. In fact, I actually want to because they added that hard mode, which I think would be pretty fun. They've actually added a lot of quality of life updates to Pikmin, because Pikmin has been getting a lot of love. But Miyamoto specifically says Star Fox is one of his favorites, and then proceeds to never make another game with it at all. And I think that's a huge fumble and a huge missed opportunity. And if you know the story of Star Fox, it kind of sucks, because they have Crystal and they could do so much with her character, and they kind of just wrote her as a love interest, and then they wrote her as a bitch, and then they just never wrote anything again. And I think Star Fox Adventures, even though people shit on it a lot, is a really good system, and it's a really good game. They just needed to have an actual full story for it, because it's basically just a reused, redone earlier game, and I just think that was the big fumble, unfortunately. Can you just repeat this? Yeah, this is a repeatable mission. Okay. So they always have a repeatable mission, at least, of some level, basically. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do with this guy, so... What the fuck? Pick it up. You gotta be shitting me? For what? Oh, VTuber got arrested because of their model in the UK? I mean, yeah, the UK is a fucking super police state. Are you surprised? It's not like they have better things to do or better people to arrest or whatever. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Weren't they going after, like, anime games or whatever? They arrested some dude because of his cosplay or some shit. Like, does that surprise anyone anymore? Oh, my nose. They have nothing better to do, dude. I don't see a lot of positive outcomes for the UK, I'll be honest with you. Not like America is much better off in some places, but, you know, you can at least pretend. Like, they're more mad at anime avatars than anything going on with their economy, mass migration, etc. So, priorities. It's actually kind of scary how fucking on the money Orwell was about a lot, huh? I don't know if you guys saw that new Animal Farm movie, man. The fact that Animal Farm is going to get an anti-capitalist version is like the most insane shit. Even Orwell couldn't have predicted that, man. That's actually really sad. You almost feel bad for Orwell. I mean, if anything, I'm just happy that he's not alive to see it. Okay. Peek. I'm sure it'll be a great movie. It's sad, and it's a little bit personal for me because one of the books that I really made me enjoy reading when I was younger was Animal Farm. That was on the curriculum for my school. Was I think it was 6th grade Animal Farm, 7th grade 1984, and 8th grade Fahrenheit 451. I might have the order wrong. I know 6th grade was Animal Farm. Because before that, they had us reading really stupid books I didn't give a fuck about. And I was like, wow, this is great. I can't wait to read Dicey's Song or whatever. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. It's boring and I don't give a shit. And now maybe I would like it better today because it would be more nostalgic. But they made us read like all this stupid stuff that, you know, someone had crossed off as really significant for people to read, for young adults to read. Like, I didn't give a fuck about Bridge to Terabithia. I thought The Giver was okay. But like half the books they made us read, I just wasn't interested in. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Stupid. They really have kids reading the most boring bullshit, and then they wonder why they don't want to read it. Now, is it good that you understand the language and stuff? Yeah, so I give people a little bit of credit for that. You know, when people tell me that, you know, kids don't want to read because the books aren't very interesting, I can agree to that. But sometimes you can't always, like, you can't read manga and expect people to really develop a good sense of reading. I think that you need to have a more varied approach to it. I think you need to be able to read a lot of different things. So that I can kind of agree with, but also kind of disagree with. I think that being forced to read certain things I didn't like was good. Because, you know, you're not always going to get to read One Piece, you know, or whatever. So I think that's fair. Hello, Light-Minded. Welcome. That's why I'm not totally against it. But, you know, for me, it's kind of personal because that was a book I really enjoyed reading when I was younger. Okay, excellent. That was meaningful combat. Definitely got to be a reason we could look into that. Listen, I live in New York, all right? It's already bad enough here as is. I got Hogwarts Legacy for my Switch and just got it installed. I wonder how good the Switch 1 version or the Switch 2 version. Apparently the Switch 1 version has like a lot of like loading and stuff. I hope you enjoy it. I don't know if you're like a big Harry Potter fan. I know I wasn't. I just kind of liked it because it was a pretty interesting open world game. Despite all the controversy, I think it's actually a pretty good game. Dude, she is barely leveling up. This is really stupid. like this is really dumb. I hate to say it. It's really... This system is not as good as Revelations. It is really slow for no reason. We are sending her on missions way out of her league, and she is still gaining next to no experience. Okay. Switch 1? Well, hopefully, let me know how it is. Hopefully you enjoy it, because all I've ever heard is that, like, they put a bunch of loading times and shit into it. Because the Switch 1 can barely handle some of that. And the Switch 2 version, I think, is a bit better, but I'm not going to buy it again. There's already a sequel in development, so, like, I'm actually kind of hyped for that. I hope you get to import your save data and continue. That could be really cool. You have to toss the lamp? You could throw the lamp? News to me. Oh dear God, look at this bullshit. Okay. I literally just mash buttons and I always unlock these, so they must not be that hard. I'm waiting a couple of years before I get the Switch 2. I get that. For a launch console, I haven't had many problems with it. So, I've enjoyed having a Switch 2 for the handful of games I played. Have there been a ton of games? There's a couple I didn't get around to. I wouldn't say it's been good by comparison. I think it's had a much smoother launch than most other consoles I've used. Like, the PS4 was a little weird at the beginning. And I think I owned a Series X for like a week. Sorry, a Xbox One for like a week, and then I sold it. And then eventually they had the Series X anyway. So I just went back. I was like, okay, whatever. Ugh. Still tingling. Still tingling. Okay, we have to go all the way back. Ah, fuck. Which way? North. There's a big wraparound if you don't go that way. Thank you. I play at 30 frames for years now. I got accustomed to 60. I get awful 1% lows in pacing. Do we really have to fight this guy, man? Like, this is really stupid. Like, just stay over there, dude. It's not even worth the time to drop the lantern and then go fight him. Like, I don't even want to do that. Like, come on. He's not catching up. Thank you. Alright, we want to take a left turn if we can. There you go. Knee has been flaring up more frequently and worse, so I want to try to get orthopedic so I can get the knee issue resolved. I really hope you get that resolved, man. Like, the knee is definitely a very brutal joint to have any issues with. So that way you could put, you know, a normal amount of weight on it and everything. That definitely does not sound fun. And I hope you enjoy Hogwarts Legacy. Now, it didn't drive me to go reread the books, but, you know. Cartilage is all screwed up. Ugh. Just brutal. I'm sorry that happened. Like, I had my one issue with my back a couple years ago, and I had to completely rethink about how I think about that, you know? That shit was awful, so I can only imagine having to live with that forever. What the fuck is this? Yeah, you can't do any parkour with the lamp. Let's go back. Why would they cut off one of your balls, bro? Oh, wait, do you have an issue with one of them? I forget if you said it. I can't remember. See, you shitpost so much, I can't tell what's serious and what isn't. There's another lamp? Okay, we'll go back in a minute. Look at these dudes. They're getting oh shit, here they are. Oh my god, dude. Can you combo anyone in this goddamn game? Like, seriously. No counter prompt. No counter prompt. Like, is that has to be an intentional design decision, right? How could the counter prompt not appear? Like, what are you supposed to do? There's no dodge button in this game. It makes no fucking sense, man. The combat in this game makes no fucking sense. How is it worse than Assassin's Creed 1? There's no dodge button there. You cannot dodge in this game. It is all contextual. Oh, previous sports injury. Okay. I feel like you mentioned that before. That's what I was about to say. Like, oh, stop shitposting. Second injury exacerbates the first one. Oh my god, that is brutal. I'll have to inject testosterone like the RE8 med injectors. Hopefully not like the hemolytic ones. That would be pretty bad. Yeah, that's brutal, man. I'm sorry. I genuinely am sorry for the both of you. But you guys have been working at it, so I think you'll be fine, right? You know what you have to do. Do what you got to do. What the hell is this? Underground New York. Here, back eject. We're not going around yet. We're jumping to the right. We're side ejecting, I think. Yes. Why is this an underground New York tip? That's like a basic parkour tip. Fall? Okay. There you go. What is the point of all this again? Like, you don't even need to do this to fast travel around the city. Like, I really feel like this is a remnant of something else in the game. Like, what is the actual point of doing all this when it's actually just faster to just, you know, walk around the city and run past dudes? Like, why even do this? Like, I'm just genuinely curious. Like, what is the point of having all this? Minor parkour challenges, half the time you're just slow walking because you have to carry this lantern. Yeah, pain. Original injury was a botched long jump landing with knee being fully bent. Nurses can't help but comment how they could draw blood from me. Ironically, when I went to get blood drawn, they gave up. I mean, I think this nurse was just tired. She just had no interest. She just looked at my arm, tried a couple times, and was like, I can't find anything. Nope, sorry. What the fuck? I have no idea what that is. I mean, thankfully that we're not doing anything important. Like, imagine we were doing story right now. Like, literally, we're not doing anything, so it's totally cool. We could just shoot the shit like this, because I'm going to tell you right now, like, this is the recurring theme of this playthrough. The recurring theme of this playthrough is, unfortunately, like, if I had played all this when it was new, I probably would have hated the game even more. I genuinely think this is just awful. There's, like, some of this is really bad. Sometimes the game is really fun. Sometimes it's got really high highs. And then you end up in situations like this where we're just running around in the dark for like 30 minutes. You know, and it's like, well, what did we really gain? You know, what meaningful gameplay did we really undertake? Nothing. It's very obvious this is a remnant from when this game was a different game, when they were doing something else. You lost balance installing saddlebags onto your bike. It fell and the knee struck the gears and left 3 scars. Okay, so that means it drew blood. That means it was like a pretty rough injury. Yeah, like I can only imagine getting hit in the same weak point again, like a boss fight. But in real life, you know, like, that's just really unfortunate. I'm sorry, man. I don't know how you like this one up, by the way. Okay. Still have those scars and like we will. Well, I mean, the scars themselves, I think, would be like a good story, right? It's more the injury, you know? I think we all, you know, and I might be stating the obvious. I still have a burn scar on my right arm from where I touched a super hot oven rack. I don't think that's ever going away at this point. And so every time I have to remember, it just touched me right above where the oven mitt was. It, like, I was genuinely in awe that it touched me. And it wasn't even a bad burn, but it just scarred, that's it, it just scarred over. That was the end of it. You wouldn't notice, you'd have to, like, really inspect my arm, but it's there. I have a burn scar on my left wrist from a hot slice of cheese pizza. Yeah, it's always the pizza. I might have been putting a pizza in, actually. I forget what I was putting in. And it hit me right above the fucking oven mitt. And I was genuinely like, dude, are you for fucking real? That was like more classic me RNG. Like, why? I do this 1,000 times. All the time. Oh, see, I didn't do this. Whoops. Oh my god, it's so bright. Why do they even have a contraption like that down here? How does that even work? It's Isu Tech in the subway in the New York City, like, underground. And then years later, they just run a bunch of subways through all this, so who cares? We didn't go this way? Let's cut this so to get high off their own body painkillers? I don't know. I have nothing to add to that. I was never into seeing anything or goth or whatever. This sounds like a South Park skit, Narg. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have a 2-inch scar on my right forearm from cleaning trash in a skate park and losing traction. Got caught on the edge. You have a lot of stories, man. You're very physical. I'll give you that credit, Light-Minded. You are out there doing it. I mean, I wish it wasn't, you know, unfortunately you didn't get as many injuries, but you are out there doing the do, man. You know, by comparison, I don't have a lot of stories like that. I don't have, like, a lot of stories like that. Maybe that's for the best, maybe not, so. I don't know where on Reddit you're seeing that, but I believe it's on Reddit 100% without looking. That's kind of how Reddit is. Of course it's Reddit. Yeah, obviously. You ever see that 4chan post where it's like, oh, you know, 1990 whatever. Be me. Want to fuck a toaster. Okay, well, I don't do it. Grow up and become normal because that would be weird and stupid. And then it's like, fast forward to 2012. Want to fuck a toaster. Find like 10 communities to do so. Ruin my life. You ever seen those posts? I think those posts are hilarious. It's like one specific green text, basically. And it's like, yeah, because now on the internet, there's just a billion places you can go to get, like, terrible advice from anything under the sun. 1,000 communities you could join. And a lot of them are just bad. I mean, that's what Tumblr was for the fucking longest, way back in the day. Tumblr was like a containment board, basically. Was that powder? I couldn't tell. Can't tell because everything's so damn dark. What the hell are you supposed to even do, dude? Who the fuck did this? Yeah, I guess you are just supposed to shoot it. I've nearly sliced off multiple limbs accidentally. Bro, you gotta be careful, man. This dude over here telling me, I could have had a Dead Space death scene one time. That would have been really crazy. I got a scar on my right index finger from the knife on my Letterman multi-tool slipping. Yo, you and I have almost the same scar. I have a scar from when in 10th grade I was doing an architecture project, and I cut my left index finger with a box cutter. And so one of the wrinkles on my left index finger is actually, it looks legitimate. It's fake. It's actually not a finger wrinkle. If I could figure it out. Yeah, it's like right above the knuckle. Sorry, the knuckle on the hand, like the first joint. It's right above it. It looks really fake if I point my finger straight. You could tell it's not a legitimate, like, finger wrinkle. Yeah, it's really brutal. I remember cutting myself, and it just happened. I was like, huh, that's weird. You know who was there? Surgster was there, actually. He was there when I did that shit to myself. And he was laughing his ass off. My architecture teacher was laughing his ass off. That dude hated me, by the way. Funny how that works out. I never forgot that. This dude was laughing his ass. As soon as he realized I wasn't actually, like, hurt, he was like, oh, that's hilarious. What an asshole. That was funny. That's like one of the few times I've ever seriously injured myself. I remember that. That was brutal. And then it didn't hurt. It was actually fine at the end of it all. Like, I wasn't, like, in any real pain or anything. There you go. What? Try getting caught in a wheat thresher, getting trampled by a racehorse. No! What? How do you end up in these situations, bro? Are we gonna see you on 1,000 Ways to Die? They won't even have to lie about it and make you out to be an asshole. They'll just be like, Notorious Gooner Narg Ruthbell got trampled to death by racehorses after mistaking one for an Uma Musume character. I don't know. It'll be some really stupid... That show is so ridiculous. That was a Spike TV show, right? I wonder if this dude is around. I wonder if Gundam Otaku's around. Oh, he is, but he's doing something else. I ain't gonna bother him. He's doing something else. A&E? I don't think it was A&E. I think it was, well, maybe where you are. They might have it on different channels because we're in different countries with different cable providers. But for me, it was on Spike, I think. Oh, Lord. I used to watch a lot more TV. I used to come home from school and play, what's it called? Pokemon while I would watch TV. That was like the end of me watching TV. All right, on the management and the craft of the craft and working. All masons shall work honestly under the sun. lawful and just wages to the right. No man left to finish another's work. Under the sun, and then nor shall they teach laborers, and unaccepted mason they should see over and teach a brother and fellow mason. What the hell was it? No man can be left to finish another's work. Masons receiving their lawful and just wages rightly. Alright, so I wonder if that means that no man can be on the left. So under the sun, no man on the left, right? So does it literally mean we don't put any man on the left? No. There you go. It was on the left. I was saying a possibly irradiated... Dude! Sit at home and play video games. Bro is over here getting irradiated, turning into a superhero. You are not going to become Spider-Man, Chief. You're going to become like the I don't even know, the arachnid. You're going to hate your life. You will not get a Mary Jane or a Gwen Stacy. You won't even. It'll be more like the Fly than anything else. Oh, I want to do this, even though you can't see it half the time down here. Alright, who was it that finished? Was it Maryland? Yeah, a little convincing. I mean, the only good thing about this system is it's fast, compared to Revelations, where dudes will be gone for 10 minutes and then fail their missions. That's the only good thing about this system, is that they're not gone for super long. Alright, let's go back. See, now it's becoming a labyrinth. There was that one area earlier I should have parkoured to the other side. There's 11 of these, by the way. I don't even fucking know how. Like, who thought of this, man? Like, in a different game, this would be, like, half the game. This is what Beyond Good and Evil 2 should be. You have to, like, commit to this revolution and do all this weird shit. And that's what Beyond Good and Evil 2 should be, man. Not whatever the hell this is. I don't know what is going on. Like, how do you get over this? Just jump over? Oh, there's nothing here. Yeah, he's gonna be Coom Man. That's what he wants to aspire to be. Oops. Okay. Oh. I think Gundam Otaku and I have to get back on that Batman shit. I won't even lie. I think we need to do that. I still have the scar from the cabinet door impact. Man, you got... Listen. Maybe you got the stuff, dude. See if you could swing this into, like, pickup lines or something. Bro's gonna be super popular. He's gonna pull the Joker. You're gonna be like, you wanna know how I got these scars? But, like, in a smooth, like, well done way. By the way, how the hell do I get back? I didn't pull down the thing from the other side. I don't know. Can I even get back over here now? Let's see. Yes, okay. I was a little scared for a second. I thought I'd maybe trap myself. Okay, now Narg is on his horny again. Amazing. The foes are pretty up to date. Listen, man, he's got the sauce. He's got the stories. He's going to be in shape. He's got everything set up. He's going to show up on a stream. He's going to become a fitness maxer. He was scar maxing, now he'll be fitness maxing. I'm not saying anything inappropriate about fictional characters today, because what are we even looking at? Half the screen is in pitch darkness. It's like pitch black. Oh, here we go. Another one. Masters, wardens, fellows, and apprentices. Okay. His merit must be seen from above by the all-seeing eye. A double-headed eagle of the east. Moral standards and rights of kings? What? Under the vision on the brotherhood. Wait, so how does that work? Moral standards and rights of kings, but we have double-headed eagle of the east. How could you have eagle of the east and rights of kings? How does that even work? How could you have two things on the right? Eagle of the East, I mean, sure, let's put that there, and then we'll put the rights of kings. Okay. Why was it the double-headed Eagle of the East, and then it was on the left? I must have missed something about that. I didn't really read it. And let's be fair, you don't really have to read it. They capitalize everything that matters. Here. I mean, it's kind of... Is it one-to-one a little bit? I have no idea. What's more funny is that you didn't lose your third place to Light-Minded. Yeah, I'll tell Max we need to do Lego Batman 3 this week. We need to start, since tomorrow is May 1st. And then we also have to do a May 4th special. What game are we playing on the channel for Star Wars, guys? That I haven't played already. I don't know. Maybe I'll play like Rogue Squadron. I don't really know. I didn't even really think about it. I have to get back to finishing all those playthroughs I said I was going to do. Once I have the free time. I need to fix this computer, and then I need to go back and do that. That's going to be like something I do over the summer, is slowly move everything from one PC to the other. I just need the time, and I just haven't had the time. Oh, they're working on that. Okay, this is the Maryland crew. I don't know how he lost the crown. I mean, yeah. It's because Narg says things, and I think it reads his comments and is like, yeah, we can't give him credit. I think Viv put it the best. You have to post something that gets displayed in top chat. So because Narg just posts spicy stuff all day, his messages never end up in top chat. So because they never end up in top chat, he never gets the points for it. Okay, I guess we have to go all the fucking way back, by the way. 6 of 11. After all this work, we only have 6 of 11, dude. Think about that. All this work and we only have 6 of 11. And I didn't even find all the ones in Boston. I think there's like 1 or 2 in Boston I didn't get. And then you wonder why people are like, oh, Assassin's Creed 3 sucks. I mean, yeah, if this was what you had to do in the game, I could see why people didn't like it. And it's a dead end. All that work and it was a dead end. Okay, going back. I could probably see definitely why I did not like this game. And why a lot of people think it's a divisive game. And I agree with Blitz and Boar. It has a good story, but how you tell that story matters as much as telling it at all. Honestly. How is that not a takedown? Doesn't even make sense. Oh, Lord. Wall. Even though it says there's something beyond it, even the map doesn't really make much sense. I can't tell what's a glitch and what isn't, honestly. Like, it says you could keep going. Can I go up and over? No. There's no way to get beyond this wall. Unless that was the wrong wall. Yeah, like, you can't break this wall down. There's no bombs in this game. This isn't Zelda. Well, it was on the PS3. That's what I played it on back in the day. It was one of the first big games I bought on the console. And also just in general, like digitally as well. Before this game, I don't think I ever bought a game digitally. Maybe Bayonetta 1. Because obviously there was no way I was going to convince my mom to buy Bayonetta 1. I had to buy that on my own. Remember when you had to get Microsoft points and then you had to redeem Microsoft points for real money? It was like 80 Microsoft points is $1. You know, it really makes me wonder, why the hell did it take them so long to get rid of that system? Pose my Scar collection, I forgot to mark as a spoiler. It's fine. As long as there's no gore or anything, it's all good. Which obviously I know you wouldn't do. I mean, that's why people think that a lot of this is just kind of fluff. Like, imagine you really played this game and you played this and you were like, wow, Assassin's Creed games are filled with side missions that just don't matter and don't lead to anything. Like, I could get why someone would play this and be like, well, and judge the entire series based off this one game. It's like, this is not like a horror game, you know, where like you're running around the sewers of old New York. This is just like supposed to be for fast travel that you don't even need. Because unlocking the fast travel is actually more time consuming than just running from story mission to story mission. It really is a tale of 2 playthroughs. You play the game just by running from story mission to story mission. You have a faster shitty time than someone that doesn't. Okay, here we go. Fantastic. You have to bumble around in the dark. And then you can't climb out for some reason. And by the way, I'm gonna flashbang everyone on the stream right now. I'm going to turn the brightness completely up, and I swear to God it doesn't do anything. I'm gonna flashbang everybody. It literally almost... okay, it kind of works. I lied. You have to turn the brightness to 10. Think about that. And you still can't even see into the darkness. It's a gamma thing. Like, you literally cannot even see. You know how some games are like, set your brightness? What the fuck was that? You know how some games are like, set your brightness according to this and this? This is the first game where you turn the brightness all the fucking way up. And you still can't see. Starting a new expedition ship on Stormworks. I've never played it, but that sounds kind of cool. I wish I could be into the kind of games you and Viff are into. Dude, what the hell am I eating tonight? Am I gonna cook before I go to bed? Maybe. Push buttons. Am I done with my healthy lifestyle? No. I will never be done. This is my future. Ooh. Oh my god, look how washed out it is with brightness all the way on max. But honestly, it doesn't look that much different. It just looks like there's a big whitening of the screen. Bro said pig out. It's split in two, okay. Is there some reason that that's there, like as a explosive? And they have this. Like, am I supposed to take an explosive and blow this open? Like, I'm very confused by what they want me to do here. Like, maybe that's what they want me to do, is I have to take this and then blow it up. Oh, why would I want to put that out? What the fuck? Yep. So there was one of those earlier, I don't remember where it was, and I needed to do the same thing. Whoops. Okay. Maryland, I guess. No, we already have a team working on Maryland. Let's work on Delaware. Western games have segments like these and no anime titties to stare at while you trudge through them. Or even just Western woman titties. Like, they don't have anything. I don't know why it had to be anime. There's been hot women in Assassin's Creed. That's like one of the few good parts of Assassin's Creed Unity. You have that one redhead chick the whole game that Arno is obviously into. That's like one of the few good parts of that game. Some days I just have to sit back and remember that my innate love for redheads was fostered over, what, like 10, 20 years? It was an insane psyop. And I fell for it. Okay, so now we could open this up. Here's the other one. Imagine that. We ran around for almost, what, an hour? And this is all we have to show for it. Okay, so genuinely, where are the other, like, 4 entrances? Because I feel like we've been across every area now. Where's the other 4 entrances? Oh, we're coming up on, like, an intersection, so maybe. Now it is not in 2. Okay. Here we go. Oh, one's right here. What the fuck? What is this, number 3? No, 6. Of behavior. Nor behave yourself ludicrously or as low as a jester. Oh my god. Religion to the left, low as a jester, religion to the left. Crowning capstone, law to the right. Low as a jester. What was it? Oh, fuck. Law to the right, religion to the left. And then the capstone. There you go. You had to do the jumping to blow it up? I could have sworn we could have picked up a thing from one of the areas with the enemies. I guess if you want to run back and forth for like 10 minutes. I don't know, maybe not. I could be wrong. Meanwhile, if you play a magic lantern, how the fuck is it magic? Meanwhile, if you want to play a JRPG or like a Japanese game, the quests that they make you do in that are like crazy New Game Plus bullshit you'll never do on your first playthrough. Alright, I'm gonna get some water. I am parched. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's begin. Let's continue. And by the way, we're going to end a little bit earlier today because I'm a little tired, so we're not going to do too much. Oh, it's an old name for the projector? Okay. I wasn't sure if, like, it was Isu Tech or what, however that works. Okay, no problem. We'll get all the side missions out the way today, and then when I play this again on Saturday, I guess. When I play this again on Saturday, maybe we'll progress the story, or maybe we'll do some of the challenges. Again, just completely out of the way just to do all this stuff, but maybe we'll do some of that. And that way no one can say I did not give this game a fair shake. And then, you know, this summer, like I said, I want to make sure I do a bunch of different games, you know? I think that, you know, for example, like Narg is looking forward to some Resident Evil. Like, I want to play shit like Far Cry and whatnot that I've never played. Again, the goal of the summer is to get to 100,000 gamer score. That's my goal over the summer. Is I want to get 100,000 gamer score. I will replay old playthroughs. I'll play new playthroughs. I'll do a ton of stuff. I actually want to do it this year because I should have done it a decade ago, and then I stopped playing on Sony consoles. So I'm very open to ideas. If you have like old school games that are like single player. What the fuck was that? Oh, the water pushes you down? When has that ever been a problem for an assassin, ever? That's not what I did at all. Thank you. Cool. Okay. And then I also have to finish all the stuff I said I was going to do. Like, I need to add the membership goals. And I need to add the notifications. I just have not had the time, man. I'm just too tired most days. That's completely on me. Add, like, all the membership goals and stuff. Because I have the pop-ups. I just need to do it. And then I need, well, I say we, but I need to think of good membership goals I could actually do. And, I mean, if anyone has ideas, I'm always open to that. Okay. World's best lockpicking. Saboteur. If you're hunting for gamer points, very long, fun but long. Maybe. That's why I'm going to end a little bit earlier today, so I can do a little bit of cleanup and stuff. How many more do we have? What are we at? 8 of 11? 9 of 11? Nope. Turns out there was only one correct way to get to the rest of them. So. Can you believe that you enter a store in this game and they don't sell cigars and all this other shit? Like, how does that even make sense? I'm gonna have to look it up. Scar count is 7. Look at that. Lucky number 7. Hopefully you don't have to break it, because 8 is not a particularly special number, I don't think. He's on lucky number 7. I'll put it on the thing. I think I have Velvet Assassin. I don't know if I have the Saboteur. I think I bought Velvet Assassin twice thinking it was the Saboteur, and I just didn't look it up, and I just kind of didn't really pay attention. Oops. I'm trying to think, like, what are some of the most memorable or serious or, you know, long-term playthroughs I've done? Like, if I really wanted to, I could play this again on Xbox, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know when the fuck I'll play this game again, if ever. Like, I genuinely don't even know if and when I will do that. That would have to be like 10 years again Like another 10 years in 2036, I'll play Assassin's Creed 3 again, but this time on Xbox, and then that way people can say, oh, wow, maybe I was too harsh on it when I played it in 2026, and then again in 2012, and then in 2046 I'll play it on Steam, and then in 20... We'll just keep giving infinite chances to this fucking game. Infinite chances to disappoint me. 900 free run. Yeah, I just, as long as I don't end up with an uneven gamer score, that's like the one thing I don't want to end up with. I do not want to end up with a gamer score that does not end in 5 or 0. And that should have been something, to be fair, that Microsoft probably enforced on publishers, that they cannot have gamer scores that end in 5 and 0. That would have been really nice. And they don't really do it anymore. It's like a handful of very early Xbox games where they end in 5 and 0. Or they don't, and they have like 1 or 2 achievements that don't. So you'll see like long-term Xbox players are missing like tons of gamer score basically. And they're like on weird numbers like 7 and 8 and 9. And it's just gross because they got some silly achievement in some stupid game and didn't get the other achievement that rounds it out. Either because it's difficult, or they just didn't know, or you can't even get it anymore because it might have been part of a multiplayer achievement set. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, let's try to avoid that. If I can. I don't know why Microsoft allowed them to do that. I just think they didn't have the system set, and they just didn't care, because they just didn't think people would care. And, like, you could argue that's kind of silly, like, oh, well, you have to arbitrarily end in a 5 or a 0. Yeah, it's just one of those things that looks really bad. And, like, when I say really bad, I mean, it's not, like, evil. You just feel bad. It's like, well, how the fuck do I round it out to look like everyone else? Well, good luck finding another game with an uneven gamer score to do that with. Probably not going to have a good time. It just doesn't look clean. That's why it bothers me. It doesn't bother everyone that has it. It would just bother me if mine didn't. You know, just... I remember one game there was a 1 point and a 4 point achievement. Yeah, I remember Half-Life 2, when you get the gravity gun, you could shoot it, and there's an achievement called 2 points that gives you 2 points. And then there's another achievement that gives you 13, which rounds it out back to 15. But for the life of me, I can't remember which is which, or what that achievement was. It's probably something stupid. I think I have all the achievements for Half-Life 2 on Xbox. I don't know about the episodes. I got some of episode 2. I used to just play Half-Life 1 over, or Half-Life 2 over and over and over again. That was a really fun time, man. Like, I would just wake up. I was 13, 14. I remember buying the orange box for $20. You know, what will be seen as one of the best deals in gaming, honestly. Like, I remember just buying it for $20 one day. It was a different era, you know? Yeah, and you think Valve is ever going to take an L? They're over here selling their premier top-of-the-line FPS for fucking $20 alongside 4 other games. Like, no, I think they'll be fine. I don't even know what Narg is saying. I hope you wouldn't fuck with your GPU, considering that's like one of the most expensive parts of the damn machine. Oh my god. Where's the last one? It's not up here, is it? It's got to be somewhere back, isn't it? Spare the rod, spoil the wife. Let's take a look. There is another one past the Presbyterian Church. Okay, good thing I looked. And then we'll do it for Boston. Yeah, here we go. Yes, I'm aware this leads nowhere. I just want to fill in the map. I don't think we're going to finish this by the end of the game. I'm just being honest. Alright, well, North Carolina's done. We can get started on New Jersey. New Jersey! That'll be easy. There's nothing out there. Still waiting for a legit Princess Zelda game featuring Zelda. Sorry, I think at this point we just have to acknowledge that's not something they plan to ever do. You got Echoes of Wisdom, which I played for like 2 sessions and then didn't play again. Unfortunately, that's the best they could do. And they put enemies in here at the very fucking end, dude. Oh, okay, he missed me. I broke defense. I countered the fuck. What is... This game's fucking combat is dog shit, man. After all that, I'm free-flowing his dumbass. Amazing. Thank you. How stupid some of this combat is, like, genuinely. Oh, what the fuck? Why is the lighting bugged here? What? What? What is happening? Why is the lighting, like, half bugged? Oh my god, this game is... I think I'm ready to be done for the day. What the hell is going on? Why is the lighting turn off and on? Like, yikes, dude. Oh, Lord. Also, getting a rank for these characters means nothing anyway. That's why it just feels so empty. It's like, oh, they got a rank. Well, what does it matter? Nothing, really. You don't even have to do any of that. What is even the point? Whatever, man. What is the rhyme or reason for this? I have no idea. No, I think Nintendo doesn't want to intentionally make goonable bullshit. I think they want to try to avoid that as much as possible. They try not to. And then people end up doing it anyway, which I think they hate. Like, they genuinely hate that. I think they really wish people would not do that with their characters, but that's never going to stop anyone, so... Washington? Does Washington have a mission? Where the hell is Troy's Wood? There's apparently a peg leg trinket right here. Let's go grab it. Oh my god, dude. I wonder how far they'll follow me. Xenoblade 2 just gets completely looted way the fuck more than it should. And it's definitely not an intentional feature of it either. It's just something that people do. Like, I think if you told them that that was going to be the outcome, Nintendo probably would have put a little bit more of a boot to the neck of Monolith. Not that I'm happy or would be happy if that happened. I just think that they had no idea what can of fucking worms they were going to unleash. From weaponized gooning over, effectively, let's be fair, an RPG that they probably didn't really put like a ton of, I don't want to say care. They probably just were like, listen, Xenoblade 1 was kind of a smash hit. We'll let you make another game. Whatever. Well, yeah, they hired people who knew body proportions. I mean, can you hate them for that? If anything, that's like hiring an expert that knows their research. You can't be mad at that. That's like the whole point. Let's hire someone who really knows their body works. Well, yeah, no shit. That is, by definition, the whole point. Oops. Okay.
Yeah, man.
How do we get to this exactly? It's obviously underground. There must be a cave somewhere. Maybe I wasn't supposed to climb up. Maybe there was another entrance. Oops. This is the last peg leg trinket in the game, so that's why I want to get it. But this feels too far away. Let's hire the future spinning Bicesaurus who knows how to draw control. I don't know. I think that was a Monolith hire and not a Nintendo hire. I think Monolith knew what they were doing, and Nintendo was like, yeah, do what you want. You guys made us a lot of money last time, so we're not going to complain. You have to remember, guys, Nintendo is a publisher. They publish the games. They don't develop them. They might have maybe a couple of people work with them, but they are publishers. Like, Game Freak is not a first-party Nintendo developer. They might work on a first-party Nintendo franchise that they have the rights to distribute, but that's why they work with the Pokemon Company. Now, I don't know if it's ever possible ever for Pokemon to be on another platform, but that's just how it works. Is like, Nintendo has the rights to distribute it, they publish it. I'm sure they help out with some of the design decisions, but for the most part, Nintendo just publishes games, guys. They're a publisher. They might have... What? Well, I'm under attack. Oh my god, get off. I'm dead. Great. That was fantastic. Like how you could play this game for 20 hours and a random wolf takes all of your health because you cannot increase your health in this game. Who thought that was good after the Ezio series? Who knows? Stupendous. Okay. Alright. That was the last thing I wanted to get. I'm not doing the feather shit. Oh, we also have homestead missions we need to do, but let's go back to Boston. And I guess we'll get all the Boston Underground things as well. No, again, I don't think they greenlit anything. I think they told Monolith, listen, you figure it out, just make a sequel. I don't think Nintendo combed through every itty-bitty portion of it. I think they just told them make a sequel and figure it out. And then whatever they were probably questioned, they were probably told, yeah, it'll boost sales, trust us. And I mean, were they wrong? It probably did boost sales. You can't even be mad at them. They did exactly what they needed to do. They knew the assignment and they did it correctly. That's what makes it okay. Okay, what does this look like again? What the fuck? What? Okay, we have 5. We have 5 and 6. So we're missing what? Like all the ones down? How did I get that one? I think this turns to places I've already been. I think it does. Or not. It's a fucking dead end. Oh my god. You know, it's sad too because I think Xenoblade has like really flawed gameplay in most of its games. And the only game I really liked for the gameplay was 3. I think 2's gameplay was fucking awful. RNG to pop useful blades and you have to pop them on someone and then get overdrives to move them. Awful. Worst system I've ever seen in a game. Xenoblade 1 just has bad party members. Xenoblade 2 has unnecessary party members. Like, no one... You're not going to tell me people enjoy doing Tiger Tiger. Tiger Tiger was fucking dumb. Gotta go back. Tiger Tiger was really fucking stupid. And then Xenoblade 3 I think was good, but you have to really get to the end game to really get good comps going. Like, you basically have to be done with the game at that point. Yep, fantastic. You go under this thing to go nowhere. He's literally singing La La La. Did Xenoblade 3 sell well? Maybe. I don't know if it sold as well as 2. Given that it was like a 5-year gap between Xenoblade 2 and 3. It probably sold well. I don't know. Without looking, I can't tell you. I don't want to suggest it did. I just enjoyed Xenoblade 3 more. I don't remember a single good thing about it. Guess why? Because instead of focusing on raw sex appeal, they tried to create a story with actual romance in it. Yeah, I could probably see why that wouldn't interest people who just want to goon to characters. because of hentai proportions. Like, if you're trying to goon, Xenoblade 3 is not a goon game, period. If you want a good gameplay and a good story, and, you know, probably one of the few romance plot lines that doesn't make me, like, roll my eyes into a circle, then yeah, that's the game for you. But unfortunately, we live in a world where writing something well sells, but sex sells 20 times better. So you could make some of the best and most interesting stories, but if they're a slow burn, people just want dopamine and action because their TikTok brains can't handle anything slower. And I think everything has a place, you know? You want to have dopamine and crazy shit, that's fine. Like, I would never suggest that you can't watch Mission Impossible, but sometimes the slow burn makes it better, you know? It's like delayed gratification, which is a lost art by today's standard. Who even knows? I don't. And if I don't know, you don't know either. I actually missed one. We'll get it on the way back. Hi. Are you a dumbass? Yes, you are. I actually don't know what controversy you're talking about. Maybe I'm lucky. Like, Nintendo games having controversy might be one of the dumbest sentences I could possibly hear in the English language. This is a company that goes out of their way to censor and make and kidify basically everything. Like, so Nintendo games having any controversy is, like, insane to me. It's almost always a community-driven thing that has nothing to do with Nintendo at all. Like, at all. Almost always someone from outside of the Nintendoverse getting mad at something. And it's like, bro. Okay. Of lodges. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Lodge is the highest place. Subject under balanced laws. Lodge must be good. Right men. No women left to enter. What was it? I don't even remember. There we go. I have to go back. This is just the most unnecessary fast travel system I think I've ever seen in a game. Just the entire unlocking of it is just like completely stupidly unnecessary. Which, in fairness, is why they never did it again. I think they thought they were really cooking with this and it just didn't go anywhere. And it literally doesn't go anywhere. Like, I'm not even being mean. Like, it actually doesn't go anywhere. And now we gotta run all the way back. And then they make sure that you can only run at a snail's pace as well, on top of everything else. Oh, by the way, this is a dead end. I'm not doing this. We're proper fucked. Why do they not aggro? What the fuck ever. It saves me time. I guess I shouldn't even complain. You know, remember how controversial Other M was? And Other M controversy was just people not liking it. That was like one of the biggest things about Other M is people were just like, man, this story sucks. Who the fuck cares what happens with Samus and, you know, insert Adam here. They turned Adam Malkovich from this very... I know you're asking about Xenoblade. I have no idea what furry should happen with Xenoblade. But given that it involved furries, I'm sure nothing good came from it. Like, all this stuff is purely community side. Like, when they had Space Buns, no one at Nintendo was like, oh yeah, let's have a fucking war over, you know, some outfit that you could wear in Animal Crossing. Like, no one at Nintendo cared. No one at Nintendo probably knew until it was way underway. But if you remember, that was like one of the biggest controversies of the year. Where were people mad about, oh, well, you can't have that hairstyle, it's black-coded or whatever shit they were doing. And remember, this is the Animal Crossing community, man. These are the same people that'll lecture you about being good people, and someone just literally posts a random picture of their character sitting in a living room with a stuffed doll next to it. Like, I love my character. And someone took such personal offense to that, they literally started a jihad against them. There's no other way to describe it. It was the most silly bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Over Animal Crossing. Okay. I mean, I hope you don't like any Bamco games, because Bamco is getting a full course of DEI, man. Bamco games just suck now. Like, I'm sorry. I like how they teleport you across once you enter from there. Bamco games just suck. Like, I'm sorry. I really want to like them. And you know me, like, I play a lot of Bandai games. But man, like, playing Tales was just a fucking nightmare, dude. Like, I can't remember the last time I've been so thoroughly bored by a video game. Sorry, not Tales, Code Vein 2. I was at least able to beat Tales of fucking whatever. Oh my god. Hi. I took no damage from that, by the way. The transsexuals mauling over Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, and it's going to happen again with Legacy 2. You really think that that's not going to happen? Like, people are going to buy Hogwarts Legacy 2 because they bought 1. They actually successfully keikaku'd it into, like, one of the most successful series WB has put out in years. Probably more successful than Injustice, which apparently is getting another game. Definitely more successful than, what was the other game? Suicide Squad. And I said that years ago. I said, well, listen, they could make more Hogwarts Legacies and make money, or they can make more Suicide Squads and lose money. The choice is yours. Chris Handsome? Take your pick. I think they're going to do both. But I mean, like, come on. If one makes you $1 billion and the other loses you a couple $100 million, then what should you do, huh? Oh, Lord, it's a dead end. I went the wrong way. It's almost like a lot of this doesn't work. Like, they did the same thing with Pragmata. You know how many people self-snitched on themselves because this is a game where it's like, oh, you know, this is fatherhood. This is cool. You should want to do this. You should want to have that. And this is awesome, right? The most innocent kind of thing you could do. And the entire internet, or like half the internet on both Twitter and Reddit, is just like, Reddit is deleting posts of people enjoying the game because Reddit is completely fucking compromised at this point. You have a bunch of people yelling that men don't experience, you know, like men don't desire fatherhood, men don't have baby fever, men don't do this. It's pure misandry. And it's just fucked up. It's fucked up that they do that, but they don't care, obviously. And this is why I try to tell people, is like, they're not fair. They're not equal. You have someone who works for Tim Pool saying that, like, it's all fake and anyone that plays this game should be basically on a list. And it could be proven objectively wrong, and they just don't care. They think it's funny. They you know, when you realize that regardless of left or right, how many anti-male talking points exist on either side of the spectrum, it's actually kind of jarring. Reddit, yeah, it's really just fucking weird. It just comes down to Reddit being fucking weird, and a lot of people on Twitter also being really fucking weird about this stupid game. Like, if they just said nothing, it wouldn't matter, and then it would just move on, and no one would care. And then Capcom would make their money, and people would think it's a good game. I really feel like it's a bunch of people that have, like, daddy issues, and they just project it onto everyone else, including people who aren't even fathers yet. Tim Pool. One of Tim Pool's, like, writers or workers was basically wrote this huge essay that she got hyper-ratioed over. And then Tim Pool kind of came to her defense about it, instead of just disavowing it like he probably should have. It was a really stupid set of events, because everything about this weird criticism of Pragmata ends up just coming across as, like, jaded bullshit. It really is just weird. There's not really, like, a lot of different ways to describe it. Ah, fuck. Go right. No. No. Good lord. Oh my god. This is not even that hard. It's just the controls are so sluggish, man. What? Dude, a little bit of water hits his hand, you fall right off. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they just want to ban everything that they disagree with. Like, people are genuinely coming on this, have no idea of the controversy around it, and getting their posts completely removed because it makes the game look good. What do you think is going to happen when Hogwarts Legacy 2 comes out? You think that's going to be a fair place of talking? Like, we need to stop pretending like Reddit is this great, like, place to have discourse. You know, like, I was hanging out with a friend on Sunday, and I told him, like, really? Like, you know, he's like, oh, I heard you're Mr. Twitter. Twitter's a cesspool. I'm like, yeah, and Reddit's no better. There are no good places to have discourse on the internet anymore. They've all been co-opted. They all suck. You go on Reddit, you get banned off one Reddit for talking on another subreddit. Just because they don't like that you're on it. Well, that's not very fair. Sure, I don't even know. Yeah, I saw that with that weird book. No one's even heard of, no one even cared about. We need to stop pretending like Reddit is this neutral place. Basically, half the subreddits that you could even... Like, it's very polarized. You either go on a very left-wing subreddit or you go on a very right-wing subreddit, and there's just not an in-between. It's one or the other. So if you go on r/Kotaku in Action or Asmongold or Critical Drinker, it's very right-wing. You go almost anywhere else, it's very left-wing. There's no neutral subreddits anymore. It just doesn't exist. Even for like 4chan is more neutral than Reddit. But nobody wants to hear that, because that's like anti-narrative to its core. Like, no one wants to hear that. You can't even tell most normal people that they're equal. You can't even go on like an average fucking like video game Reddit without getting just completely washed over by fucking left-wing talking points. Yeah, it's literally 1984. It's, oh, book burning is bad, but only some books should deserve to be banned, and others are fine. It's just stupid. That's why Reddit is only good for one thing, and that one thing is because you can just, like, stalk. It's easier to write a thread on Reddit than it is to write a thread on 4chan. A thread on 4chan will just get bumped eventually, and it's gone. A thread on Reddit could be around for forever. Isn't that the entire plot of Fahrenheit 451? Yes. Well, they burned all books. I was kind of mixing and matching a little bit. It's like Animal Farm, where they're like, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Don't worry. I'm sure they'll love, maybe hate, the new whatever. You should see the fucking New York subreddits. How much they fucking cover from Mamdani, it's absolutely wild. It's completely insane. Alright, I'm about to wrap up here. Are these dudes already done again? Man, these fuckers move fast in this game, dude. I feel like I spend half the time micromanaging this. Are they all? No, they're still on their missions. Every 2x chromosomes. Yeah, oh, and they also banned every pro-male subreddit. Just gone. It's either quarantined or gone. That's why, honestly, if you're on Reddit, as your only place for news, I call it Reddit reality. You just exist in a different reality in most topics and most things compared to the rest of the world. Reddit is seriously only good for information dumps. It's not even worth fucking talking on Reddit 90% of the time. You're just wasting your time, honestly. I wouldn't even bother. Yeah, I'm heading to bed too. No worries, light-minded. Well, I'm not heading to bed. I'm done with the stream. I guess those are two very different things, huh? I will see you all on... Why am I acting like I'm not going to see you tomorrow? I'll see you tomorrow for Dark Souls. Ideally, I'm not tired as shit. I don't think I'm going to go outside tomorrow. At least I won't be out and about doing whatever. So I will see you all tomorrow for... Oh, yeah, no 14. By the way, I beat that raid. I beat Enuo today. I was going to stream it, but then I got lazy, and then I got in a party, and then I beat it on my second pull. So, no Enuo. We're not doing that. Probably whatever. I don't know. I'll get back to it. I'll see. So, I want to thank everyone who showed up. Thank you, Light-Minded, first of all. I know you're very busy. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, Blitz and Boar. Thank you, Warlord. Thanks, Narg. Thanks, Vif. Somehow, Vif just taking the crown non-stop, which is really funny. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for Dark Souls, tentatively. There was a Kenna stream I would have done today, but I didn't do it, so oh well, that's life. Alright, take it easy, everyone. Y'all have a good one.